In Ecclesiastes chapter 9, in the first several verses, Solomon talks about the fact that death is inevitable. In fact, it almost is a little bit of a negative take on it. But that's not the entirety of what Solomon has to say about the subject. In fact, when you move down in the text, he changes the tone a little bit. And he says that, if it is inevitable that all men are going to die, and there's nothing that really we can do about that, then maybe we should respond with life, with a little bit of a different perspective. In fact, he says, beginning at verse 7, go, eat your bread in joy, and drink your wine with a merry heart, for God has already approved of what you do. Let your garments be always white, let not oil be lacking on your head. And what he's really trying to say here is that even if things are not always going to go the way that you think they should go, and ultimately, at the end of all things, people die, well, make the best of life. Instead of focusing so much on the negative impact or the negative aspect of death, make the most of life. And he says, sit down with your family and eat together. He's talking about eating bread with joy and having a merry heart. He's talking about that instead of just letting life crash all around us and being caught up in the rushing that life so demands of us on so many different occasions. He's saying, slow down and sit down and have a meal with your family and enjoy having that meal with your family because God is going to bless you with that. He makes the statement about being dressed in white and having oil on your head. When the Jews of Solomon's day, when they got ready to go to a special occasion, a wedding or something like that, they would dress in their finest. And often it would be white. They would anoint their heads with oil. We're familiar with that statement being made many times in the Bible. And Solomon is saying that circumstances may not always bring joy, but you can have joy in spite of the circumstances. And so look for the best, look for joy all around you, and don't wait for a special occasion to be happy. Make everything you do a special occasion and bring joy to your life, to your family's life, and bring joy in the presence of God.